I'm Charles D'Angelo. Today we're going to talk about a topic I get asked about all the time: life coaching and therapy. With both, you're going to be speaking with a professional, usually one-on-one, about things that are really important to you, things that are affecting your life in one way or another, and sometimes the things that really might be holding you back. Life coaching and therapy, I always think of them as kind of like cousins. They're related. So there's some overlap, and it's no wonder to me why people often get them confused. But there's some key distinctions between the two. Personally, I like to think about the main difference between life coaching and therapy as focus. Coaching and therapy both are conducted by people that really care. That's one similarity is a coach and a therapist. They really have your best interest in heart. And they're both intended to create behavioral changes to help you get to a much better place in your life. Coaching itself is more goal-oriented, while therapy, it's more source-oriented. Now, by source, I mean therapy is going to work on the reasons that you've made certain choices in your life, with the idea that understanding of the reasons is going to help you make better, more informed, more conscious choices in your future. In coaching, your history is inevitably going to come up. The past is always present for all of us. For me, for you, it doesn't matter how much therapy, how much coaching, how much self-reflection you've done. Your past is always going to have an influence. But in coaching, you're going to be starting off in the here and now, accepting where you are right now as a given, and starting to create an intention about where you want to be and how to get there. You might say that therapy, on the other hand, is more focused on the past. You're going to leave a really good therapy session with a lot of thoughts, and the whole session should kind of stir you up in a lot of ways. It's not always pleasant, but that stirring up should cause you to think and reflect about where you are and what's got you where you are, and hopefully where you want to start to move toward. Coaching, on the other hand, focuses on where you are right now and where you want to be. And here's the big missing aspect in terms of other things out there. It's all about how to get there. So you might say it's more focused on the present and the future. You should leave a really good coaching session with a specific plan of action, and that matters because taking action is what it's intended to inspire. Coaching therapy, one isn't intrinsically better than the other. Which one's best for you is going to depend on what your own personal issues are and what you're concerned about. You might ask yourself, is your goal to understand your past more, or do you believe that you might have a mental health issue that's in the way of you taking action, something you really want to deal with that you feel has always been there but you haven't addressed yet? If that's the case, finding a really good licensed therapist could be a great choice for you. If that's not the case, maybe you just feel like you're just stuck. You're in that gray zone in life where you don't feel like you're all that unhappy or you're all that happy. And maybe it's not just in one area, it's in a lot of areas. Maybe you want to soundboard with someone, you want to be challenged, you want to be held accountable. A coach is going to help you with all those things and help you take action to get yourself to a better place. If that's the case, reaching out to a life coach with a really good reputation results would serve you well. Whenever I'm coaching someone, it's really important to me that me and the person are on the same page about the outcomes that we're after together. You don't want to be in a coaching or a therapy relationship, for that matter, where you're not experiencing measurable benefits. And if you're using your coach or your therapist as simply a way of convincing yourself that you're really making progress because you're taking the time out of your schedule to meet, but in fact, if you're honest with yourself, you're not really moving in the direction of your goals, it's time to reevaluate what you're really up to in that relationship. Because of my own personal history and my client successes and my subsequent reputation, I'm known most internationally for coaching people with regard to weight loss. But here's a really interesting thing that I found over all these years, now nearly 2 decades. So often, my clients find that as they're losing weight, other areas of their life improve just as dramatically as the weight's coming off. And this is because of my specific method of coaching, of helping the person to see things from a different, goal-oriented, strategy-based perspective. That all helps them to become much more goal-oriented and strategic in all the other areas of their life, almost unconsciously. Metaphorically, you might say that a coach is someone who's going to help clear the debris from the past so you can clearly see your way to your destination. And this person should journey along with you, kind of accompanying you. You're on your own 2 feet, but they're next to you, kind of as a guide, helping you get the best of yourself as you keep moving forward. Whether that's toward a number on the scale, a number on a paycheck, or even if it's in the sense of wanting to find a life partner. A therapist, on the other hand, is someone that you want to turn to if you're finding that you're having trouble even getting yourself to embark on the adventure in the first place. So that's my take on the differences between choosing a life coach and choosing a therapist. Not that they're mutually exclusive. Plenty of people decide to use both.